Hey, welcome back to Authentically Yours, Patricia. If you're returning, thank you so much. If you're new, my name is Patricia. This channel is Authentically Yours, Patricia. Off the top, we're going to address the elephant in the room is the echoing sound. I apologize for that. Number one, I'm in a new space. I don't have much furnishings yet for it. Number two, I'm still operating off of my Android phone. I don't have one of those YouTube cameras with the microphones yet. So I apologize for all that. If that's going to distract you, then I apologize. Nothing I can do for you at this point. But if you want to stick around and get some value, then please do and just ignore the echoing sound. I'll do better next time, right? So we are debunking the myth today. We are debunking the myth that eating healthy, eating whole food, plant-based, eating raw, eating organic, eating natural, whatever you want to call it, right? We're debunking the myth that you can't do it, that it's too expensive, there's no way, out of your means. I'm debunking that myth right now, and I got some receipts to prove it, right? The first thing I want to show you and to help you understand about eating healthy is my Lettuce Grow Tower. I'm not saying for you to go get one. This is not sponsored, but if you do get one, this is a great way to make sure you're eating greens, right, throughout the week. And I have 12 seedlings. I have cilantro, I have parsley on the other side over there, I have bok choy, I have mixed greens, butter lettuce, all these different things, right? And $35 for 12 seedlings has been feeding me for 6 weeks, over and over. I have a salad every day, but from my garden, I have a salad every other day. I've been saving my cilantro and my parsley because I want to make like a special sauce this week. We'll probably get into that another day, maybe. But anyway, I wanted to show you this. $35 for 12 seedlings. Now, you know you got $35. You use $35 to go to the movies. You use $35 to do all kinds of things, right? We'll go to an event and pay parking $35. I did that before. I went to a wrestling event and paid parking like $60 on top of my ticket price for the wrestling event, right? So you have $35 to get some seedlings, okay? So I wanted to show you that this is another affordable way. Yes, granted, you have to buy the tower. The tower is, if you buy this size, I think it's 600. I think the smaller size is like 400 or something of that nature. But think of what you're getting. You can also increase the tiers, right, up to about 5 feet or more. And then that way you get even more produce and more bang for your buck, right? So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. The second thing I wanted to discuss with you is this green juice I made today with my gangsta Nama J2 juicer machine. I made a green juice. I'm still getting into green juices. This is only my second green juice. And I wanted to talk to you about it because I wanted to talk to you about all the ingredients that went in it. And when you're buying your produce, you buy it in bunches, right? But when you're making the juice, you'll probably just use 4 stalks of celery, not the whole big bag of celery that you bought, right? So when you break it down to the amount of celery that I needed for the juice, apples and the lemons and the kale and the ginger, and again, you're not using the bunches that you bought from the store. You're just using a portion of what you bought. So if you bought 6 apples for your juice, you're going to use 1 apple, right? If you bought a bunch of celery, you're going to probably just use 4 stalks or whatever the recipe calls for. If you bought 2 bunches of kale, you'll just use maybe 1 bunch of kale for your juice. So when I did the math and took out the portion, the fraction that I needed for my juice, my juice came out to $6.29. Not only is that cheap and affordable, it was delicious and nutritious too. It was so darn good. My body was so thankful that I, mustered up the courage to do it, right? And now, look, $6.29, come on. We all go to Starbucks, Dutch Brothers, Phil's, Pete's, whatever your specialty store is, you get your coffee for more than $6.29, plus tax, plus tip, whatever all that you're doing in there, plus your Danish or whatever you get. I don't know, right? No judgment. I'm just calling out the things that we spend money on and we have no problem with. But then when it comes to eating healthy, we're all of a sudden, oh, that's too much out of my means. I cannot do it, right? So I'm here to say $6.29 green juice. I think you can do it, right? And then the last thing I wanted to bring to debunk the myth, I got my receipts. I go mostly to Sprouts and Whole Foods. There's farmers markets too. I don't have receipts from farmers markets, but those are probably the best places to go to get your produce. But I'm going to show you a close-up right now of these same receipts, right? When you get the produce, when I get the produce, I should say, I did the math, and on average, my produce for each time I go to the store, it's around like $60, $70 each time. And I'm getting like a whole bunch, as you can see as I zoom in, a whole bunch of produce, right? But then when the bill starts racking up is when you get the packaged goods, when you start getting the processed foods, when you start getting the canned, the bags, you know, the things that are in the packages that cost so much. Like as you can see, you know, these chocolate chip cookies, that was for my husband, and baked beans and things like that. This is when the bill starts ramping up. If we're honest, if you buy those big family size bag of Doritos for $12.99 or a bag of cookies or whatever you're buying, right? That's when the bill starts ramping up. So a lot of times we just put these narratives in our head to make excuses so we don't do a thing. But I just dare you and encourage you and challenge you and want to help you. Go to the produce section, do the math. Do the math while you're there, while you're throwing the zucchini in your cart and the tomato and the avocado. Do the math. Do the math with your produce, and then go to the aisles with all the packaged processed goods and do the math there and tell me where the bill is the most expensive. Come back and put it in the comments, because I just showed you my receipts and just showed you where the bill is most expensive. You can zoom in, pause the video, look at the receipts, do the math on your own if you don't believe me and what I'm saying. But I already did the math, and on average, the produce is around $60, $70 each time I go to the store versus the boxed, canned, packaged goods that really ramp up the bill. So I wanted to leave you with that. Leave you with debunking the myth that eating healthy, eating whole food, plant-based, eating natural, eating organic, going to Sprouts, going to Whole Foods is too expensive. I just showed you that it's not, and I just showed you that you do a plethora of things with that same amount of money, so you could do it for your health. You know what? You can't afford not to do it for your health. You can't afford not to. Look, I heard a statistic that the average diabetic patient spends about $20,000 a year just on their medical bill with co-payments, you know, medicines, doctor visits, and all those things. That's a salary for somebody. Maybe not in the major cities, but in middle America, that is a salary for somebody. And it's not just diabetic patients, it's any kind of patient. When I was a migraine patient, the same thing. You're spending all this money on all these medications that just put a Band-Aid on the problem, right? So I just want to encourage you, dare you, challenge you, help you to see that eating healthy, whole food, plant-based, raw, organic, natural, whatever you want to call it, is not expensive, all right? So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for dealing with the echoey sound. But I hope this was some value to you and encourage you to go get an apple or something. I don't know. Go get a tomato. Go get a zucchini or something. Just eat it. All right. See you next time on Authentically Yours. All right. Bye.